The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, weekday afternoons at 5 Eastern on CNN.
When it comes to the Ethics Committee, you have Republicans and Democrats who sit on the committee, and they all have to sign off on it. And I would also say that those same Democrats, just like Republicans, if you were accused of something and you believe you didn't do it, you would hope that you would be seen as innocent until proven guilty. These days, obviously, in politics, it's guilty until proven innocent. And so if I were in their shoes, Charlie Rangel's 80 years old, Maxine Waters, 71 years old, in terms of, so what else are you going to do? I say you always fight for your name if you believe you did nothing wrong.
Although some Democrats, John, as you know, and maybe even the President of the United States, think it would be better for the party if both of them, Maxine Waters and Charlie Rangel, just walked away from all of this.
Sure. Well, look, the voters are very clear on this. I mean, think back to 2006 when Republicans lost to the Democrats. Corruption and government ethics were the number 1 and 2 issues that year for voters. Think back to 1994, Dan Rostenkowski. I mean, it's corruption for the party in power that ends up causing swing voters to say, you know what, it's time for a change. So these are high-stakes, high-profile legislators. And I understand their desire to try to clear their name as best they can. But the reality is that this is what voters pay attention to. It's a symptom of the feeling that Washington and government are not working as well as they should. And so they have every right to be concerned. There's a larger problem here, too, a larger symptom of the sickness. Because of the rigged system of redistricting, these congressmen, even if they come under great controversy and scrutiny and ethics charges, they're almost certain to win their general election. The only way they're going to get kicked out of office by the voters is if they're contested in a primary. So that's a larger symptom of the sickness.
We have one fact we need to be clear, Wolf, and that is Dan Rostenkowski was found guilty in a federal courtroom. He actually went to prison as opposed to the Ethics Committee. But you also had the gentleman out of Alaska, Young, who was under a serious cloud. What happened? He also was acquitted, spent some $1.2 million on his defense. He was found not guilty. The point there is, I agree with John, absolutely, but I do believe every American also would want to be seen as innocent until proven guilty and to have your trial, if you will. So I understand them saying, hey, put me on trial. If you convict me, fine, but I'm not going to walk away just because there's an allegation.
Do you think, Roland, the president sort of threw Charlie Rangel under the bus?
I believe that the president, first of all, he walked a very fine line by saying he should end his career with honor. Many people saw that as the president, frankly, saying to Congressman Rangel, it's time to go. I certainly saw it that way as well. And so I believe that the president, what he should have simply said is, there's a process that is here. Allow that to play out. Surely, as the head of the party, he doesn't want to equivocate. But there's a problem when you look at a Charlie Rangel who's been there 40-plus years. I mean, he also deserves his day in court like any of us would desperately want.